Hi there, slower travelers. Well, this week's video is a short one, but we wanted to give you some hopefully valuable information regarding overnight train travel in Norway and what you can expect. As you may know from our last couple of videos, we recently finished our 11-day coastal express sailing on Hurtigruten up the Norwegian coast and back, ending our trip in Bergen, Norway. Rather than fly out of Bergen to go to Oslo, we decided to take the overnight train there. The train trip takes a little over 7 hours and leaves Bergen at 11 p.m. We ordered our tickets online through the Norwegian rail site vy.no, and there are 4 different options you can take when ordering tickets on this train. Option 1 is a standard train seat. Well, we didn't think that would be too much fun. Option 2, called Plus Night, with a, quote, lie flat seat. And option 3 is a sleeper compartment for 2. Option 4 was a sleeper compartment for 6 if you had, 4 of your friends with you. So we chose sleeper compartment for 2, included sheets, duvets, pillow, towels, and a wash basin. The price for our compartment for this trip was about $197. The trip is supposed to feature some of the prettiest landscapes in Norway, but of course, since we were taking the trip in the nighttime, the beauty was lost on us. Not a problem. There are 22 stops along the route and about 180 tunnels. The Bergen train station is pretty simple. There are only 4 tracks, and boarding is a very straightforward process. You won't get lost. We got back from our ship voyage to Bergen in the afternoon, so we had quite a few hours to spend walking around Bergen before the train left. The train station, fortunately, has a very convenient luggage storage area where we left our bags during the day. The lockers come in 3 sizes, and you can use the bag sizer ahead of time so you know how big a locker you need to get. The whole system is self-service on a touchscreen, and you pay with your credit card. Very easy. We retrieved our bags just before boarding time and were ready to go and waited for our train to allow boarding. The boarding process is very easy. Your QR ticket code from your smartphone is scanned before boarding, and you're given a key card to your compartment. Then down the platform into the train car and find it. We found our compartment very easily and began to settle in. The compartment itself is pretty compact, and there's not much room to dance. We were only there to sleep, so it was fine. The lighting and AC controls are straightforward, and we had no problem with regulating the temperature in the compartment. Sometimes sleeping cars can be really hot, but we had no problems with this one. We got a nice welcome letter and were provided earplugs, chocolates, and 2 small bottles of water. I had the top bunk, and there was even a safety belt to fasten between the ceiling and the bed to ensure that I wouldn't accidentally fall out of bed at night. It's very considerate. There's a WC at each end of the car, and it was quite clean. The toilet was clean, the sink was clean, and it was, for a train car, it was very nice. There were no showers, but it's just an overnight trip, so it was no problem. As you leave your compartment, there are fold-down bench seats along the hallway if you need to wait outside your compartment while your roommate is changing or needs some privacy, or maybe if you wanted to sit and watch the view during the daylight. On our way to the cafe/dining car, we walked through cars that had compartments in the 6-person category. They seem to be a little wider than ours, but we can imagine that 6 people jostling around in the morning to leave might be a little chaotic. We were glad we had the 2-person compartment. On the way to the cafe car, we passed lots of racks that can be used for bicycles or ski equipment. The cafe area itself was small, but had the basics, coffee and snacks, and there were a few people in there using it. Because we didn't get on the train until, just before 11 o'clock, we were more interested in getting to bed than anything else. So on the way back to our compartment, we saw where the single seats were. and an area that had luggage racks for larger bags, but it didn't appear that anybody was using them. Then tucking ourselves into bed, we settled in for the night. We've been on sleeper trains before in China, Turkey, Hungary, and Bulgaria, but we have to say that this probably was the most comfortable in terms of sleep quality. The bed was very nice, and there's something to be said about being rocked to sleep at night by the gentle swaying of a railroad car. Tanya actually had to wake me up in the morning because I was still sound asleep when we got to Oslo. It seemed like in no time we arrived at the Oslo main station at 6:30 a.m. and ready to start our day, having a cup of coffee first before heading off to our hotel. Our advice is that if you have the time and are up for a fun travel experience, taking the night train between Bergen and Oslo is a great way to go. It also goes the other direction from Oslo to Bergen. Well, that's it for this week. See you in our next video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.